What's up, guys? Toast again from Fishyaker. Welcome back. I'm back here at the Express Jet Boat Project. If you're just tuning in, this is a 17-foot Express HD 17 VJ with a 60/40 jet Merc outboard, and I'm setting it up to be an outstanding Susquehanna River fishing platform. One of the last things I did on it was have these beaver tail pods welded on, and they are awesome. They do a lot for helping to get this boat up on plane quicker, leveling out when drifting, adds about 200 plus pounds of additional flotation to it. These things are the bomb. I love them. But what's next? I just put on a Fishfinder Transducer mounting plate back here. Let me tell you a little about how I did this little hack. So guys, this is a really inexpensive hack. Takes a little bit of ingenuity and a few tools, but if you have a boat, especially an aluminum boat, and you don't want to put a lot of different holes into the stern, and you want to put transducers on it, a lot of people recommend fixing a mounting plate. And some of them actually get pretty pricey for what it is. Most of them are HDPE, something of that nature. This is actually a piece of a 1x4 PVC plastic board that I just cut to shape and affixed on here. And pretty easy. Just one of those situations where you want to measure twice or 3 times or 4 times and cut once. Again, it's a 1x4 piece of PVC board. It's epoxied on, and I have countersunk Phillips head stainless steel screws. All you really need is a bit of sandpaper, a drill, Phillips head screwdriver, epoxy, and a saw. Took a piece of cardboard, got an outline of the shape, cut the PVC to match, used a hole saw bit for the drill to actually cut the gap there and there for the plug, and then use the bandsaw to kind of cut it out down the bottom, make sure I had room for that weld. Drilled the holes where the screws go in, make sure you use stainless steel. Countersunk them so they'd be down in it a little bit and wouldn't get in the way of any type of brackets I'm mounting. And then I took the drill and put a whole bunch of holes in the back of it that are about 1/3 or halfway through the board. And then I sanded down the aluminum to rough that up, and sanded down a little bit the back of the board. Don't mind that. It's actually 4th of July, so yeah, lots of hillbillies and rednecks out here blowing stuff up. But obviously, when you're talking about epoxying anything, it's all about friction and area, and having something you can bite into. So really, you really want to rough it up, especially if you've got it onto a painted surface. So I did everything I could to have more of a surface to attach the epoxy to, and it came out really well. See if I can get it down here a little bit. Had a little bit of masking tape. I masked off the top border there before I sanded it, so I wouldn't have to sand off much of the paint outside of the area that I needed to sand. And like I said, just epoxied it. Super easy, super quick. Just make sure you give it plenty of cure time. I know some people, and there's a couple companies out there that try to sell these where you're not actually mechanically fixing it, you're just gluing it. You're not putting a bolt or a screw through it or a rivet. Those can get ripped right off the stern. So just to be sure, I put a couple of those stainless steel screws in there and then epoxied it. Of course, you can buy something like this online for just about any amount of money you want to spend. Like I said, some are pretty expensive. But you can just go to your local Lowe's or Home Depot, pick up a piece of that PVC board, cut it, and like I did here, I used a bench sander, smoothed the edges down a little bit, made it look really clean. Alright guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to share the video on all your social media outlets, give us that thumbs up, subscribe to the Fishyaker YouTube channel, and we'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.